I'm Deborah Dahab, your expat coach. I help people prepare for a move abroad and also help them adjust after they have moved. So today I'm going to talk about something that when we are living abroad or moving abroad, so to speak, we almost always will face this, and I'll give you 3 tips on how to deal with it better. What am I talking about? I am talking about deciding where to live. And the thing is, typically when we think about where to live, the first things that come to our mind are locations, are places. But here I'm going to give you 3 tips to think about before you think about locations. So, tip number 1, it's really hard to think about a new place, possibly that you've never been before or that you really didn't live in or just stayed at hotels, what life is like in that new place. So it's hard for us to think in such abstract terms. So this tip is really in the early stages of your decision-making process. Instead of trying to imagine, figure out what life and things will be like in the new country, start with where you are right now and really think about the things that you like about where you live right now. It can be things related to your specific housing, has a lot of light, has a lot of closets, it's quiet, all of the things that you like about the place where you live. And it can also be about, for example, the neighborhood. It has, facilities, grocery stores, parking space, whatever makes sense for you. And think about the things that you don't like where you live right now and that you would, if you could, you would change. So this is really the first step to look into what you want in this new place. Of course, it's going to be a different setting, it's going to be a different country, but when you start with what you know, it's easier than to go more abstract. That's tip number 1. Start with what you know. Tip number 2 is make sure to go beyond your wish list. So we all have a wish list of all of the things we want in the new place. That's absolutely normal, and that's a great place to start. Now, the reality is that it's likely that you won't find all of your items on your wish list in your new country, in your new city, wherever that may be. So before looking into locations, think about what you want and then go a step further and think about what are the things that you really think you must have in a place, and then go even further and think about what are the essentials, non-negotiables. Why is this important? Because this will enable you to look at locations that have what you want and not try to see if your needs fit what you perceive in the locations that you know almost nothing about. So I hope this makes sense to you. Think about first of what you want, then what you need, and then what is essential and non-negotiable. So go to these 3 steps, and this will help you a lot into figuring out what are the places that really deliver at least the non-negotiables, and then you can go up and see how many of the aspects on your wish list are there. And the final tip that I would like to share with you regarding how to decide where to live is when you're viewing either virtually online or in the place itself, instead of saying, I like this, or I don't like this, or it's pleasant, it's not pleasant, really think about concrete aspects that you like about the place. Is it the light? Is it the flooring? Is it the neighborhood? And give this specific place, and this I'm talking, it can be a neighborhood, it can be a street, it can be a housing unit or an apartment or a house. Give it a score from 1 to 10, being 1, I hate it, 10 is I absolutely love it. So when you're comparing different options, you have quantifiable data and not just I liked it or I didn't like it. And when we see a lot of options, we tend to forget. So this can be a good tool to help you remember what you saw. So these are the tips that I wanted to share with you regarding how to go about the decision of where to live in a foreign country. If this made sense to you, feel free to check out my full course called How to Decide Where to Live, where I share the full methodology that I gave you some tips here. It also includes a 1-hour call with me. Everything is in the description box, all of the free resources, all the courses and programs. Feel free to share this video, to like and subscribe, and let me know if you liked it. Please comment, let me know if I can help you with anything else on your international relocation journey. I will see you next time.